let's talk about it. So Dr. Cheyenne Bryant was interviewed by both Nick Cannon and Cam Newton. I must say that she gave them the business. She really gave them the business. She educated them. So now let's talk about what was said on the show. All right, so it was the whole thing about family, dealing with children, and relationship. All right, so Nick Cannon has 10 kids by 5 or 6 different women, including Mariah Carey, who he was once married to. Cam Newton has 8 children by 3 different women, and he told her that he planned on having more children and not being married. So she basically told him that they are creating broken homes, and they operate from low caliber. They operate from low function. Now, these are the same men that walk around here claiming that they are high value. They are high value men. So I'm going to break down what she was trying to say. She was basically saying the only reason why you really high value is because of your monetary resource. And because of the fact that you are famous. But outside of that, what do you really have to offer? And Nick Cannon kind of told on himself the whole time. He was basically telling her up and down that he was using these women. And he was, basically running game on them to get what he want out of them. He exposed himself. She had this man so cornered up to the point that he started exposing himself. Same with Cam Newton. They both got defensive. They got mad because she did not compliment them the way they wanted to be complimented. She did not stroke their egos the way they wanted their egos to be stroked. And I'm telling you, when you talk about intellect, she's a representation of that. When I'm talking about somebody who really know how to dissect, analyze, break things down, use critical analysis, all of that, she represents that. And I commend her for that. I really do. Because she wasn't backing down from what she said. She wasn't going to sugarcoat it. She tried to make it where they could understand where she was coming from. But she understood that it was going to ruffle some feathers. However, she wasn't going to back down on what she said. She meant what she said. And it's a lot of men out here that think they are operating from a high caliber. They think they are high value. But let's ask the question, what does that mean? What does it mean to be a high value man? And how do you represent that? And what standard are you basing that upon? Because Kevin Samuel got a lot of men run around here thinking that they are high value when they really not. So I shout out to Dr. Bryant on that. They was in their feelings, I can tell you that. Especially Nick Cannon. Oh, he was in his feelings. Listen. But we can't just place the blame on those two. We also have to look at these women who were involved in a relationship with them. They gave themselves away to these type of men. And they was looking forward to having a relationship with them, or thinking that they was going to stay around, they was going to get something out of them, when they really just got a baby. That's all they got was a baby, and being left at home, basically. That's all they got from these men, was a baby and a house. No relationship. So I would say that these women have put themselves in that predicament, being with someone like Nick Cannon and Cam Newton. And what they gravitated towards was the fact that they have this fame and this fortune. Now, Cam Newton used to be a football player, but he has his own podcast, and he has money. Nick Cannon is a comedian, an actor, a songwriter, a rapper, and he has his own podcast and his own show, which is Wildin' Out and he makes money. And these women thought that, well, they was winning, but they really wasn't. Because at the end, all they ended up was with a baby. Now, Mariah Carey, although she had 2 kids by Nick Cannon, but she was smart enough to dip on out and go on about her business. She was smart enough to do that. And speaking of Mariah, my heart goes out to her. She lost her mother and her sister, so my heart goes out to Mariah. But yeah, she was smart enough to get the hell up out of there, to get away from all that madness. She was smart enough not to stick around long enough. But the rest of them, they let these men raw dick them. And somebody like Cam Newton, somebody he want more kids. I hope the next woman that's watching his podcast, I hope they reconsider that. Do not just look for a man based on his monetary resources. That's the lesson to be learned. You gotta know a person based on their character. What else can they offer? Are they a good fit for a relationship? What's their whole agenda? You have to carefully analyze individuals. And a lot of times we get caught up on monetary resources, thinking that that makes a person, and it really don't. But once again, shout out to Dr. Bryant. She gave them the business. She did not sugarcoat it. And I know there's people out there that's mad about that, but hey, she did what she let it be known. She had to be straight up. Somebody had to tell them. And somebody got to tell these women too, know your worth. Stop letting these men, especially those who have money, take advantage of you and look at you as a sex machine or as a goddamn breeding farm. Breeding farm. But no, seriously, because that's what they was using them for, as breeding farms. They weren't caring about their worth or value. They was caring about them breeding a child for them. So for every child they breed with these women, they feel like that's making them valuable as men. But they operate from the state of ego. And I agree, you create broken homes, because why are your kids not together? Why all the kids are not together getting to know one another? Because if something happens, what if something happens to you as the father? They got to be able to stick around. So the conversation got to be broken homes and needs to be addressed. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. This your girl Tiffany, and I will talk to you guys next time.